So there's this new app which is making the rounds on TikTok, and it's making people look exactly like they were when they were young. And as you can see, a lot of individuals, especially the members of the fairer sex, are crying as they are seeing this. And I don't know why. I guess they didn't get the memo. Maybe they have a little bit of internalized misogyny, as The Guardian likes to put it. Because I understand the beauty exists at all ages, so what does it matter if they got a little older? Isn't this why Don Lemon, by the way, got booted from the morning show because he said that women in their 50s aren't in their prime? Well, apparently, a lot of these individuals are definitely having a meltdown as they're noticing how they looked like when they were younger and how fast the years passed by. I do understand that people have pictures of themselves, but I guess it's not really the same thing. This is more like looking in a mirror. However, there is one lady which I gotta say actually did get to me. Like, I empathize with what she was experiencing. So let's watch this together and then I'll tell you what I think about it.
I opened up this filter because it was trending and I thought it'd be fun to do. But just like everybody else, everybody asks me what that shit is on the side of my face. If you look close, they are upside down teardrops. 43. They go from my chin to the top of my head. And they're upside down. Because then, I didn't give a shit. I'm so sorry for who I was.
Right, so getting a facial tattoo is probably one of the worst decisions that a person can make. It's going to be a lot more difficult to find employment as you're getting old. It doesn't look as good as it did when you're young. So, a lot of bad decisions. But why exactly is this video leaving an impression on me? It's due to the fact that in modern society, in the polite circles, it's never okay to tell a person that they're doing something bad to themselves, right? So, like, if you have someone that doesn't care about their health and eats a lot, you're not allowed to tell them that maybe they shouldn't, because that's fat shaming. If you have a person that goes around on Tinder and has like 2 or 3 different dates a week, it's not okay to tell them that because that's also part of some shaming, right? Like, you're not allowed to tell people, like, hey, you're making bad choices, and then people regret it when they get older. Like, all the choices you make when you're young, people regret it. In fact, it's even not okay to tell people, like, hey, when are you going to have a kid? Like, why don't you get married? That's also not okay to tell them. And a lot of people, they get old. They end up being alone during Thanksgiving. They end up being alone during Christmas. They end up having massive depression. And they wish that they would have made different choices when they were young. But again, the current culture just is against the people that try to help others by giving them some advice. And, some advice, sometimes it's painful, sometimes it's hurtful. I mean, we all were kids and we know how difficult it was when our parents told us, like, you're not allowed to go outside today or you're not allowed to stay up past 10. Like, all that suffering was actually for your own good. Like, you cannot improve without suffering. Like, pain is necessary when you want to improve. And in some cases, you have to give away the things that you like. So for this lady, for example, she had to give away her tattoos. And then she wouldn't have had this issue when she would have started this app on TikTok. But I'm willing to bet that if you told her when she was young, like, hey, don't use tattoos, you would have probably been called a bigot. Probably been said, like, hey, it's none of your business, leave her alone, right? It would be interesting to see how culture would treat people if there was a time machine. Like, if she was able to go into a time machine and lecture herself when she was young, would she be called a bigot for doing it? Let me know what you guys think, because I found this to be very interesting and enlightening. Like, seeing people having regret for the decisions that they did when they were younger, but at the same time, knowing that if those people were shamed when they were younger in order not to make those bad decisions, the person doing the shame would have been viewed as a hateful bigot.